Today, I'm going to tell you a secret humanity has hidden for more than 300 years, a secret so dangerous that every major government on Earth agreed on one rule: never let the public know it exists, because if this thing ever reaches Earth, humanity may not survive. But there is something even more terrifying. We don't know if it is coming. We don't know where it is. And we don't know whether it has already found us. My name is Commander Elias Kane. I was a commander of humanity's deepest space exploration fleet. And 17 years ago, I discovered something that changed everything I believed about the universe. It started with a signal coming from beyond the edge of the galaxy. At first, our scientists thought it was a natural phenomenon. Then we noticed something impossible. The signal repeated every 13 seconds. Exactly, 13 seconds. Then another signal appeared. Same pattern. Another. Then another. Within 6 hours, we detected 4 million signals. Every single one came from a different star system. Our computers compared the coordinates. The result made no sense. The signals weren't coming from random locations. They were forming a pattern, a giant circle, around our galaxy. We sent a probe toward the nearest signal. The probe disappeared after 11 minutes. No explosion, no transmission failure. It simply vanished. We sent another. Same thing. Then we received a transmission, not from the probe, from something else. The message contained only 7 words. Do not let it see your sun. The entire command center went silent. We had no idea what it meant. Until our astronomers discovered something. The signals weren't warnings. They were countdowns. And every signal was counting down toward the same date. August 17th, 2194. Our scientists calculated what would happen on that date. The answer terrified them, because according to every simulation, something would enter our galaxy, something larger than a planet, something moving faster than anything humanity had ever recorded, something that wasn't traveling toward Earth. It was traveling toward the sun, and humanity had only 17 years to prepare. But we made one mistake. We assumed we had discovered the secret first. We hadn't. Something had already discovered us. Humanity had spent centuries searching for alien life. We found thousands of civilizations. Some were primitive. Some were more advanced than us. Some controlled entire star systems. But none of them wanted to talk about the signals. Whenever we mentioned them, they stopped communicating. Eventually, we found one species willing to answer. The Illyrians. They were older than humanity by nearly 6,000 years. Their civilization had survived dozens of galactic wars. Their technology was beyond anything we understood. So we asked them one question: what is coming? The Illyrian representative stared at us. Then he said, "You shouldn't have found the signals." Our scientists asked why. He didn't answer. Instead, he asked, "Does your star have a name?" So, the Illyrian's expression changed. "Then you are already in danger." We asked him what the creature was. He finally whispered its name. The Hollow. Our translator struggled with the word. It wasn't exactly a name. It was closer to a concept. A thing without a body. A thing without a planet. A thing that existed between dimensions. According to the Illyrians, the Hollow didn't conquer civilizations. It didn't invade planets. It didn't fight armies. It simply arrived. And when it arrived, stars disappeared. Not exploded. Not destroyed. Erased. The Illyrians had once possessed a civilization spanning 40,000 worlds. Now they controlled only 7. We asked what happened to the rest. The representative looked down. We saw it. That was all he said. Then he gave us one warning. If the Hollow reaches your sun, do not attack it. Our general laughed. Why? The Illyrian looked directly into the camera. Because weapons are what make it notice you. Nobody laughed anymore. Earth panicked, but humanity didn't surrender. We did what humans had always done when faced with something impossible. We started building. Massive underground cities were constructed. The moon became a military fortress. Mars became a shipyard. Jupiter's moons became energy stations. Millions of humans were trained. But the greatest project remained secret. Project Lazarus. For 30 years, humanity's greatest scientists worked beneath the Antarctic ice. They weren't building a weapon. They were building something much stranger. A second sun, not a real star. An artificial star capable of generating a signal powerful enough to attract the hollow away from Earth. The plan was simple. When the hollow entered the galaxy, humanity would activate the artificial star. The hollow would detect it. Then it would follow the stronger signal. Humanity would sacrifice the artificial star and save Earth. At least, that was the plan. Then, 6 months before predicted arrival, we received another transmission. This one came from inside our own solar system. The message was only one sentence. IT knows which sun is real. Our scientists froze. Project Lazarus was useless. The hollow couldn't be fooled. We shut down the project. But then something happened. Every human satellite around Earth began transmitting the same unknown signal. Our computers were being accessed. Not hacked, not attacked, accessed. Something was inside our systems. Then every screen on Earth displayed the same image. A black circle, surrounded by stars. And underneath it, for words, I remember humanity. The world went silent, because humanity had never encountered the hollow before. Or at least, we thought we hadn't. Then the oldest archive on Earth was opened. A classified file from the year 2031. The first recorded contact with extraterrestrial life. The file contained a photograph. A human astronaut, standing beside something enormous. Something black. Something with no visible face. The date of the photograph was impossible. September 3rd, 2031. The hollow had been here before, and humanity had survived. But nobody knew how, until we found the final page. It contained only one sentence. We didn't survive it. The discovery changed everything. The oldest human governments had known. They had known about the hollow for centuries. But why? Because humanity had encountered it long before space travel. Thousands of years ago, something fell to Earth. Ancient civilizations called it different names. God, demon, star, monster. But it wasn't any of those things. It was a fragment of the hollow, a piece of it. And somehow, humans had contained it, not with technology, with biology. The fragment had tried to enter human minds. But something unexpected happened. Human brains reacted differently. Instead of being consumed, they adapted. Humanity had unknowingly evolved around the hollow. That was why the creature remembered us. We weren't just another civilization. We were the species that had survived contact with it. And the most terrifying discovery was still waiting. Our scientists examined the ancient fragment. They found something impossible. The hollow wasn't coming to Earth to destroy humanity. It was coming to retrieve something that had been left behind. The fragment. Humanity had unknowingly kept a piece of the creature for thousands of years. And now, it wanted it back. The government prepared to evacuate Earth. Millions of ships were launched. But I refused to leave, because I finally understood something. If we ran, the hollow would follow. If we attacked, it would notice us. If we hid, it would find us. There was only one option. We had to communicate. So, humanity did something no civilization had ever attempted. We sent a message directly toward the hollow. Not a weapon, not a warning. A question. Why do you fear us? For 17 hours, nothing happened. Then every star in the sky went dark. Every human on Earth saw the same thing. A shape appeared beyond the moon. It was impossible to understand. Too large, too strange, too dark. And then it spoke, not through sound, through our minds. Millions of people heard the same voice. Because you were never supposed to survive. August 17th, 2194. The countdown reached 0. The hollow entered the solar system. There was no explosion, no giant fleet, no army, just darkness. Mercury disappeared first, then Venus. The planets weren't destroyed. They simply stopped existing. Humanity watched in horror. The hollow moved toward the sun. Our entire fleet surrounded Earth. Millions of ships. Every weapon humanity had ever created was activated. But we didn't fire, because we remembered the Illyrian warning. Weapons make it notice you. Then the hollow reached the sun. The star began turning black. Earth's oceans froze. Cities lost power. People looked into the sky. The sun was disappearing. Then something strange happened. The hollow stopped. It was staring at Earth. Our scientists detected something impossible. The hollow was afraid, not of our weapons, not of our ships, of us. Then the ancient fragment beneath Antarctica activated. Every human being on Earth felt the same sensation. A heartbeat, one heartbeat, then another. The fragment was communicating. Our scientists connected every human communication network to it. Billions of minds. One signal. One message. Humanity spoke together. You came for your missing piece. The hollow responded. Yes. We asked, what happens if we give it back? Silence. Then, I leave. The human president looked at me. Can we trust it? I stared at the black sun. No. Then what do we do? I smiled, because humanity had discovered something the hollow didn't understand. The fragment wasn't just a piece of it anymore. After thousands of years inside humanity, it had changed. It had become something new, something human. And humanity didn't have to give it back. We could do something else. We could reprogram it. The greatest scientists on Earth connected the fragment to Project Lazarus, not to create another sun, but to create something much more dangerous. A human-made signal, a signal that didn't say, come here. It said, you are not alone anymore. The hollow stopped moving. For the first time, it hesitated. Then billions of stars across the galaxy began responding. Other civilizations had received the message. The Illyrians, the Zorti, the Carvens, thousands of species. They all transmitted the same signal. Humanity had accidentally created something the galaxy had never possessed. Unity. The hollow wasn't facing one civilization anymore. It was facing an entire galaxy. And suddenly, the monster that had erased thousands of civilizations began retreating. The hollow disappeared beyond the edge of the galaxy. The sun returned. Mercury and Venus remained gone. Millions of people were lost. Humanity had survived, but the galaxy was changed forever. The Illyrians finally revealed their oldest secret. They had known the truth for thousands of years. The hollow wasn't evil. It was afraid. It consumed civilizations because it believed intelligent life would eventually destroy it. Every civilization it encountered had attacked. Every civilization had responded with weapons. Humanity was the first to ask, why are you afraid? And that question saved the galaxy. Years later, I stood before the Galactic Council. Thousands of species watched me. The council asked me one final question. Commander Kane? Yes. What is the secret humanity kept from the galaxy? I looked around the chamber. Then I answered, humanity isn't the strongest species. The chamber became silent. We aren't the smartest. We aren't the oldest. We don't have the most advanced technology. Then what makes humanity different? I smiled. We keep asking questions when everyone else starts shooting. The entire chamber remained silent. Then the Illyrian representative stood. The Carven Emperor stood beside him. Then the Zorti. Then thousands of others. One by one, every species stood. Humanity had discovered the greatest HFY secret of all. The galaxy had spent millions of years searching for a weapon powerful enough to defeat the darkness. Humans discovered something better, a reason not to become the darkness ourselves. And somewhere beyond the edge of the galaxy, the hollow was still watching, still waiting, still afraid, because it had finally learned the one thing no ancient civilization had ever taught it. Humanity does not need to be the strongest thing in the universe. We only need to be the thing that refuses to give up. And that was the secret.